welcome to another Retro Course Game and Pickups. As you can see over there, the Neo Geo sound that Anthony sent me the other week is still waiting to be put onto the wall. But eventually I will find a place for it. But at the time being, I can see it and it's looking pretty good there at the moment. So we've got lots of game and pickups to take a look at today. Before we do that, let's take a look in Hardoff, because I went there yesterday and there was some interesting stuff. So let's have a quick little look in Hardoff first. So as you can see, it's another beautiful day here in Shimonoseki, and it's time to take another trip to Hardoff. Now I was very happy to see that the Sega twin sticks were still there for the Sega Saturn, and also a couple of nice silver PlayStation 3s. Also a PlayStation Slim there in the junk section. And a few nice N64s, including a pretty snazzy looking gold model. And as you can see, this one here has the jumper pack in it. Quite a lot of Wii units there, all 1,000 yen each, not bad at all, very good price. That 3DO's been there a while now, I don't think anyone wants it. And at the bottom we've got that lovely PlayStation 3 front loader there, looking pretty snazzy. And two colourful Wii remotes, and one of those Chinese Famicom clones, and a Wii U that's been there forever. Nice fighting stick there. And a couple of Sony PSX units. Not much point buying those now, but back in the day they were pretty good. And here's something you don't see quite often in Hardoff, a boxed Game Boy game. And while we're looking at Game Boys, let's go deep diving into the Game Boy box and see what we can pull out. There's hundreds of games in here. Okay, let's see, what can we get? Digging deep, digging deep. Oh, it's not even a Game Boy game. Okay, let's see, what can we pull out? Oh, okay, class. Dancing Furby, okay. In the various junk bins, I saw these two first generation VMUs for the Sega Dreamcast. Didn't really need them, so I left them there. Loads of cables for your gaming needs. Digging around in the accessories box, we can find, oh no, Famicom Arkanoid. Oh man, if playing it for Battle of the Ports wasn't bad enough. Oh, and Sonic 2 for Game Gear. What's this? Oh, okay, Kunio-kun. And I also noticed these two Dreamcast limited edition controllers from Sega Direct, or Dreamcast Direct as it was called back then. These were 800 yen each if I remember rightly. Don't need them, so they're still there. And a nice FT fighting pad from ASCII. Not a fan of them actually. And this monstrosity from ASCII is still there. Oh, and Japanese Xbox pad there. So some good stuff in Hardoff there, but what did I buy? Well, first of all, let me show you something that came in the post. This is a Japanese Sega Master System. Now, the Japanese Sega Master System is pretty expensive these days. A boxed one in a very good condition can cost more or just as much as a brand new Xbox One or PlayStation 4 Pro. They are really expensive. This one cost me about 5,000 yen because it was covered in crap. It was really bad. It was, you know, had dust and sticky stuff all over it. But after the good cleanup, it's looking fairly decent, as I'm sure you'll agree. Now the difference between a Japanese Master System and a Western one is this comes with a 3D glasses port on the front of it, so no need to use the adapter in the card slot. It also has a rapid fire button on it, so you can turn your normal Master System controllers into a rapid fire unit. And this is the pause button just like the Western unit. And the cartridge slot is a different size. But the most important thing about the Japanese model is that it has the FM sound built into it. So some games do sound really good, or games that support FM sound. Now, unfortunately, I don't own any Master System games these days. I sold them all off a long time ago. So I thought, how am I going to build up a collection? well, the games themselves are also really expensive these days. So I went and picked myself up one of these. This is a Master System to Mark III converter, or a Western Master System to a Japanese Master System converter. And I also have a EverDrive for the Master System on its way. It's actually stuck in customs at the moment. So I'm going to combine both of them into one unit, and then that will allow this to fit into a Japanese Master System. And I'm going to put it in this case here with a nice little label, which you can see up here in the corner. So that should be a pretty good project to do, and I'll show you what that looks like once it's done. But with the machine did come a couple of Master System games. We got this one. This is Ice Hockey. Or is it? No, Champion Ice Hockey, sorry. This is on a Sega My Card, and as you can see, Sega My Cards kind of look like PC Engine Hue cards in a way. You got the manual here. There's the actual card. Comes in a nice little plastic sleeve. It's pretty cute. And also I got this. This is a World GP. This is actually a Sega SG-1000 SC-3000 game, but they do work on Japanese Master Systems. Now this one is actually brand new. It's still got its little bag and everything. Not a scratch on the cartridge. Although due to the age, the manual seems to have got a little bit moldy. It's got a bit yellow on the sides. Okay. Now, in that hard off video, you probably noticed a Sega Saturn twin stick for Virtual On. Well, I picked it up. There it is. Yeah, I was going to get this last time, but I never did pick it up. Thankfully, it was still there, and it was only 500 yen. I don't know if you can see that, probably not. But it was only 500 yen, and it works like a dream. It's perfect. It's in fantastic condition, so I'm really happy with that. Okay, so that is the hardware out the way, but I also picked up a lot of gaming items as well over the last month. Most of them for the PlayStation 2. Well, no, actually all of them for the PlayStation 2. So let's take a look. Okay, so first up we've got Castlevania. Now this Castlevania game does come with a nice little postcard inside. In fact, that's probably the best part of the game. Or maybe not. Yeah, I mean, it's okay, but I think the play mechanics are a bit too loose on it. Not a bad game, but, you know, could have been a lot better. Okay. This one, on the other hand, is really good. This is a Genji, sorry. And this is a really good hack and slash beat 'em up for the PlayStation 2. Gorgeous graphics, Dolby Pro Logic, digital sound. Excellent game. Much better than Castlevania, that's for sure. Definitely worth picking up. If you find a copy of this, get it. It's really good. Then we have Ninja Assault. Ninja Assault is a gun game made by Namco. It's not as good as the other one, which I featured on last week's show, the Vampire one, or whatever that was called, Vampire Knight was it? Which was by Sega, but it's not a bad game. It's worth picking up if you can play light gun games on a CRT. Although not many people can these days, but if you can, worth picking up. Now, one game which I was really surprised by, I had heard of this before in the past, but I'd never actually seen it running. That's God Hand. This is actually by Grasshopper, although it was released by Clover Studios. You know, the same people behind Beautiful Joe and so on. But yeah, being a Grasshopper game, it's bloody crazy, and it does have weird controls, you know, for moving. I mean, you got two analog sticks on a PlayStation 2 controller, right? And this game came out in 2006. Yeah, it only uses one analog stick to move around. The other one just sort of makes you do a quick turnaround, so it's kind of weird. But anyway, God Hand is a really crazy and wacky scrolling beat 'em up in 3D. Definitely worth checking out. I had a good laugh playing with this. And this Japanese version comes on 2 discs. You get the soundtrack on a normal CD, and the game comes on a DVD disc, which is actually upside down there. There we go. Definitely worth picking up. Really good game, this one. Okay, another one which I had a big interest in for such a long time but never actually played was this. This is Virtual Fighter Cyber Generation. So basically, it's a kiddie looking RPG where you go along and meet characters from the Virtual Fighter universe, learn their moves, and basically beat people up or beat robots up using Virtual Fighter play mechanics. The game is really slow to start off with, to be honest, and I have to admit, at the beginning of the game, well, the first hour into the game, I really was not thinking too much of this. It was kind of shitty, to be honest, but after about 2 hours I kind of got into it and the game did start to pick up. So it's not a bad game actually, it's not bad. It could be better though. One thing that really annoys me on it though is the camera. The camera is awful and you can't control it either. So the camera really does spoil this game quite a lot, and also they never stop bloody talking on it, and you can't skip any of the dialogue as well, which is bloody annoying. So those two things really let the game down, but you know, besides them, it's not too bad, I guess. It's playable, put it that way. Okay, now this one is a co-robot adventure. I'm not actually playing this one yet. You can see the video running up here, but I'm not sure exactly what to do in this one, but it looks okay from the video, so one day I'll get around to playing it. Okay, and we got J Phoenix 2. Yep, this is a Japanese mech fighting game, and to be honest, it's a bit crap, so I wouldn't bother buying this. But for anime fans, you might be interested in knowing that it does come with a DVD animation, or an anime DVD I should say, as well as the game. So, you know, might be worth picking up for that, if you're into anime, that is. Okay, next one we got Guitar Man. Okay, now Guitar Man came out when all those rhythm games were popular. But what's weird, this is actually by Koei. And you wouldn't expect Koei to be making something like this. But anyway, Guitar Man is a rhythm game, which is kind of let down because controls are kind of fiddly on it. But it's entertaining nonetheless. Okay, now this one looks good. This is a Critical Velocity, and on the back of the box, I mean, don't know if you can see that. Yeah, on the back of the box, it looked really interesting, but yeah, I mean, it's by Namco, so you'd expect it to be good, but it's kind of awful, to be honest. You play as two vigilante cops. Well, I say cops, more like just vigilantes. Meeting with this girl and whatever, and you know, you drive around in this old trams and basically ram your car into other cars. And yeah, the thing is though, the graphics are very plain, the cars don't control very well, which is surprising considering Namco make Ridge Racer. But yeah, I mean, it's got its moments, but it's not too good, to be honest. But since I only paid 200 yen for it, I can't complain. In fact, all of these games, in fact the games I'm going to show you, all cost 200 yen each, so definitely not complaining at all, to be honest. Okay, next one we got Lupin Sensei, and to be honest I think this is complete and utter crap. Yeah, it's just annoying. It's always giving you tutorials and telling you what to do, and the text boxes are popping up every 5 minutes. It's annoying, to be honest, and to be honest the controls are not that good. But this did get a Western release in English, so I don't know if they fixed it up or whatever, but yeah, this Japanese version, I'm not too happy with it. But again, it was only 200 yen, so why complain? Okay, now next up we got one called Crimson Tears. Now this is a surprisingly pretty good game. I mean, it's basic. It was released by Capcom as well, but I don't think they developed it. But yeah, it's some sort of cyberpunk, very vague adventure game, beat 'em up. And as you can see, it's pretty interesting from the video up here. It does have a couple of bugs in it though. Sometimes the music will just stop playing for some reason, and it'll only come back on if you do a special move. Now I don't know if that's because I'm using a PlayStation Slim, but a PlayStation 2 Slim that is. But yeah, it's kind of buggy, but yeah, it's kind of a hidden gem in a way, and yeah, the cover art's excellent, isn't it? Yeah, it's really good. So if you see this, give it a try. It's not bad at all. Pretty good. Okay, and here's one. What the hell is this called? Oh yeah, Busu Renkin. Busu Renkin. Yeah, now on the back of the box, as you can see, it looks like a one-on-one beat 'em up, right? I thought it was a one-on-one beat 'em up, but it's not one-on-one beat 'em up. It's one of these walk around, solve a couple of very basic puzzles, beat the crap out of 5 billion enemies to advance to the next stage type games. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I've seen better. This guy's a bit, how you doing, isn't he? He's a bit freaky. But, yeah, I mean, for a game based on an anime, it's reasonable. It's not bad at all. And finally, I have this one. Now, just take a look at the cover. Okay, now, that looks pretty interesting, doesn't it? And if you take a look at the back, it also looks pretty interesting. But as you can see from the video up here, Majin... Oh, well, there you go. I don't know what that says. I can't read that, but it's Majin something. I'll subtitle it down here so you know what it is. Anyway, it looks like it's going to be some sort of weird goth, weird samurai-looking game. Well, in actual fact, as you can see from the video up there, it's just a strategy game. And to be honest, the graphics are not that good, and it's very stiff to play, and it's not really worth bothering with. Yeah. Okay, so there are all the PlayStation games I bought. So very happy with most of them, not all of them, but most of them. And also one more thing came in the post today, which I'm going to be featuring on my Chinese knockoff series. This is known as Touch Game Advance. And as you can see on the front, it has Fruit Ninja on it. Can you see that? And yeah, just look at the state of the design. It's like they've used one of those PlayStation portable rip-off cases and just sort of like fabricated it to fit in a 4.3 screen. Oh yeah, it's bloody awful. But anyway, we're going to be doing this, featuring this on the next Chinese rip-off video. But after that, we've got something good coming up, I promise. Okay. So there are the gaming pickups I recently purchased. So how about you guys? Did you buy anything good over the last month? Well, if you did, please send your pictures in and I'll feature them on the next gaming pickups video. As for this month, not a lot to show you, but there are 1 or 2 pictures sent in by viewers of Retro Core. So let's take a look at them.